All right, guys, it's your main man here, Double H, half to the hope, half to that hope. So we're going to be breaking down a few things here on the Champions League thing, and also, guys, we want to try and get a bit of order here. So, guys, let's just not try and talk over each other too much. Let's try and have somewhat of a civil conversation. So we now know the teams who will be attending the quarterfinals. On top of that, is the Premier League elite anymore? We have to have that conversation because I believe a lot of people were saying how the Premier League is now elite because it's got 5 teams in the knockout stage from 5 to 2. That's very interesting. So we'll try and break that down. So the topics we want to talk about: Mourinho, United, what the hell what happened? I want to touch upon Chelsea. How did this all go wrong? And I want to also try and dispel this Messi is the greatest of all time myth. I want to actually have that conversation, and I want to get a bit back for it because it's a very annoying conversation that's been had online about how he's the greatest because he scored 2 goals against a Chelsea team that ain't that great. And I think isn't this Chelsea team 5th in the Premier League? 5th? Yeah, I believe they're 5th. So let's start off with this: is Mourinho a fraud? Is he finished?
I think he's finished.
Nah.
He is.
I think he just needs to take a few years off and like reinvent himself. You know, all
Yes. Wow.
It's too late for that, in my opinion.
Why? He's young, man. Mourinho's young. He can take a
He's
few
not
years
young,
off.
man. He's not young. He's going.
young.
He's starting to go through the stage, yeah, where, for example, like someone like Arsene Wenger is. I'm not saying on the same level, but like, you know, when they start to lose it and they start to fall behind, I think he's falling behind. In my opinion, he's starting to fall behind because he should have beat Sevilla yesterday, but he didn't. And it's like his tactics, the whole the whole going away to his tactics, especially in Champions League, the whole going away, play for a draw like 0-0, then coming up back at home.
But A1 though, let me tell. I mean, ask this: isn't it a case of, rather than saying Mourinho is finished, isn't it a case of where it's a bad fit? These group of players who are young don't work well with a manager who really works better with older, finished players who are actually much more experienced.
You know what?
You can't say that, but
okay, wait. I'll go to A1 and then back to Juju man. Okay, A1.
You can say that, but like you can't use that excuse every time, in my opinion, man. Because some like these players are coachable. Like you can say, "Oh, experience, whatnot, so and so," but these players are coachable, and
Sanchez
is not able to do that. Plus, he's got someone like Sanchez who's experienced as well. A lot of people are saying, "Yeah,
his brain dead.
He can do this, whatnot, so and so." And you look at Sanchez right now. Mourinho has got him, and he's going to play him on the left side, but that stops the development of other players as well. And just like, I just think he's done, man. In my opinion, or if he's not fully done, he's starting to get done because his tactics don't seem to be working.
Okay. Like Juju man, let's bring in Juju man.
I think it's harsh criticism on Mourinho because that team is bad. Let's be honest. Like Smalling is a disaster. Like they had chances. That team is not good enough. Like players are not good enough. Smalling had a chance for an easy tapping. I mean, Lukaku. I mean, he missed all the chances. Rashford, like he's all right. He's all right. But and then Sanchez disappeared. The hype around this guy, and he disappeared. So it's too harsh to blame.
Okay, so Juju man, you're saying that the players let down Mourinho rather than Mourinho's crap tactics.
Yeah, but I think the players let him down because they're not good enough. Not good enough.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to go. I'll go to Daniel and then I'll go to Abdul. Daniel.
I think it's both, because like when you have like Mourinho, he came with negative tactics, and I think Mourinho's he's just Tony Pulis with money.
No, that's very harsh.
Yeah, he's just Tony Pulis with money. That's what he is.
Okay. Let's wait. Let's bring in Abdul. Abdul, give us your thing.
Yeah, I think before we talk about Mourinho and the players, let's look at the actual. Let's put this into context, right? This is the worst This is the worst Sevilla team I've ever seen in my life. Like I've seen when I was growing up, I was watching Sevilla with Canote and Dani Alves and those guys. Then we got the Sevilla with Emre. They won a few Europa League. This is probably the worst Sevilla team I've ever seen in my life. This is a Sevilla team that has conceded 5 goals to Eibar, 5 goals to Madrid, 5 goals to Atletico,
Spartak Moscow as well.
five goals to
Nah,
Spartak
look, man,
Moscow.
I don't trust that Ibar scoreline, man. Abdul,
This is a
I
Sevilla.
don't trust that Ibar
This
scoreline.
is
Nah.
this is a Sevilla team that's 11 points behind the top four in La Liga. This is a Sevilla team that if they lose at the weekend, they can drop all the way to 7th. So they're definitely nothing special. Now, when you look at the way United played, the problem is not the players because Mourinho shouldn't play like that anyways, even if he has the players to play like that. It's 2018. Who goes away from home and plays for a 0-0? We're in 2018. No one does that. Like, if you look at 2014, he went to Atletico. He did the same thing. 0-0 at the Calderon. He came back, conceded 3 goals at home. Like, it's a really bad result because what you're doing is pretty much telling the team that's coming to your stadium, any result takes you through as long as you don't lose.
Well, no, I mean, basically, for me, Abdul, I think that, which is why I try to explain that in my video, that there is a disconnect. If Mourinho had men in this team, experienced players, a 0-0 first leg away from home is a good result because those experienced players know that, okay, we can come back home and win 1-0. But young players can't really do that.
Oh my! But look,
you know, well, okay, well, A1 also.
No, I'm saying, look, he bought these guys, innit? For example, Lukaku, he could have bought an experienced striker. He bought Lukaku. Centre back Lindelof, he decided to buy young centre back Lindelof, where you would think, oh, he would buy an experienced centre back, whatnot. Obviously, Pogba, he's a little bit experienced. He may be young, but a little bit experienced. But his tactics let him down. Because you need to remember, yesterday he started with Fellaini. Fellaini is usually his plan B.
Man,
when Fellaini comes on, what's the plan? Long ball. He started with Fellaini where he could have played McTominay, who's been playing all right. I don't hype around him, but he's been playing all right. Or he could have played with Pogba. He thought, nah, let me start with Fellaini. My plan B. Tried to go long all the time. It didn't work, and Sevilla just basically just ran that midfield, and it's like you can't blame the players for that.
Wait. I wanna let the other guys speak who haven't spoken. So I wanna go to Big. Do you have your mic working?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so Mourinho, is he to blame or are the players to blame? What's the issue here?
I think it's a 50-50, honestly. He doesn't fit right with the club, and the players, if they need a coach that can course them through more attacking football than defensive football. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right, Liverpool versus everybody.
It's a dead topic to even be talking about Uncle Mo right now. I told you what was gonna happen.
Easy.
I told you what was gonna happen.
Don't be rude. Don't be rude. I'm gonna hang up. Thank you.
Listen. It's like the brother just said. It's a little 50-50, I think. Players don't fit the system. The coach doesn't fit the players. What have you? But again, I think they collectively slept on Sevilla. They collectively slept on Sevilla, man. Sevilla had a lot of talent, a lot of skills, and they came there to play. I mean, some players who usually, step up in these kind of games, David De Gea, B1, didn't do that. So, yeah, that's my feelings about it.
All right, Rahimski.
Attack is the best form of defense. Muriel, he missed like 4 shots. That should have been 5-0. Mourinho was never this pragmatic. Porto, he attacked. Inter, he counterattacked. Real Madrid, he attacked. Why are you sitting back and playing long balls?
Yeah,
I'm done. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, Lucas. So I mean, let's go to the next topic now. Now, I want to deal with this in stages. So the first stage is this. How do you say Chelsea lost this game? Because you see, now, this is the annoying thing, and this is what I try to say in my post-match analysis. I hate when people will look back from the game and say, man, Chelsea, they didn't deserve to lose. What the hell does that mean? So they didn't deserve to lose because they had a lot of chances and they caused Barcelona issues. That's a loser's mentality. You score goals. Everybody knows how to win a football game. You put the ball in the net. Chances don't win in games. Goals do. So to not say, oh no, we didn't deserve to lose. Oh, that scoreline flattered Barcelona. Or all Barcelona did was have a few chances. No. You put the ball in the net. It's about the result. So in my view, I'll give you the guys the floor. Defensive mistakes. If you're facing against the best club football player of all time, and you're placing against a team that are unbeaten in Europe and are unbeaten in La Liga, you can't make any mistakes. Even if you don't make any defensive mistakes, they will still score on you. So the fact that you're actually going to make them a mistakes and actually make it easier for them to score is crazy to me. 2 of those goals could have been easily avoided. Very easily. Courtois is in the Brick Academy. Well, his papers are being processed at the moment. But beyond Courtois, who breaks it up,
Fabregas.
The defensive mistakes, man. I mean, yeah, look, Fabregas being dispossessed, and again, look,
No
thing
wonder
with this
why
is that
Barcelona got rid of him.
what?
No wonder why Barcelona got rid of him.
Because of the mistake.
Well, look. Everybody declines. Everybody declines. So, so give us a sense. So for Chelsea, were they unlucky or they deservedly lost the game and they deserve to lose?
Bit of both.
No. It's either or. You can't say.
I
bit of
think
both.
they were unlucky because like they just missed a lot of chances. In the first leg, they dominated Barcelona. William hit the post twice.
Dominated.
Yeah, they dominated Barcelona in the first leg.
At the bridge? No. Not. They didn't dominate at the wait. How do you mean they dominated them at the bridge? What?
Yeah, at Stamford Bridge.
No,
They never dominated, man.
Look. A1, bring it in.
No, I'm saying, yeah, they didn't dominate. Like, maybe counter-attack, maybe, yeah, they had a few chances.
So let me. But were they unlucky or did they deserve to lose this game?
They deserve to lose. They lost to the better team. That's it. It's not a thing where Chelsea were the better. It's just English pundits trying to make things, sound like it's not as bad as it is. At the end of the day, they lost 3-0. Like, what more can you do? Like, what more can you say? Like, they lost 3-0. It's not this style. It was unlucky. Yada, yada. How are you unlucky and you lose 3-0? It don't make sense.
Yeah, okay. And big.
They were not unlucky. They deserve to lose 100%. If you don't put your chances away, then what's the point of all those chances, Another thing, I think Cesc Fabregas is honestly an agent for Barcelona, the way he gave away the ball. And Thibaut Courtois, I don't know what the hell's wrong with him. He should go to Madrid now. That's all.
No, but I think quickly before I go to that, I mean, I think the thing though I think it's a mental thing. Like, I will be shocked. I will be shocked if Courtois and what was this called? I'll be shocked if Courtois and Hazard are still Chelsea players this summer, fully, because it's like it just seems as if this is the last straw. It just seems that this is the last straw for them. But we'll see. Okay, so Daniel. Okay, because you already spoke. So Juju man, did Chelsea deserve to lose or they were unlucky?
They deserve to lose. They should have won the first leg with all the chances they created, but they were never going to win in Camp Nou. So, I mean, I saw there were a few penalty calls, but I mean, they deserve to lose.
Wow. So basically, hey, nobody's in support of Chelsea. Liverpool, thoughts?
Yeah, no, they definitely deserved it. You play against a team like Barcelona, you mess up like that, they're gonna catch you every time. The penalty was not a penalty. I hope people stop saying that. No, Barcelona it's Barcelona. You know what I mean? And Courtois and Fabregas both have, talk about experience. They got enough experience, and you would think they'd be able to, get the troops together, so to speak. But nah, Chelsea got what they had coming, man.
Ramsky?
I think they deserve it because of individual errors. Like, it makes sense why Courtois is divorced now. He can't save a ball, let alone a marriage. You know what I mean? So, twice in a row to get nutmegged. Like,
no. I mean, no. I'm sorry. To get nutmegged twice in the same game is insane. It's like let's just say when that third goal went in, I was like, you must be kidding me. You must be like, to get nutmegged twice, and first of all, to get beaten at the near post and nutmegged is crazy. To get nutmegged again by the same player, that's just madness.
I think the worst goal was Dembele. I mean, as a keeper, like, how does that even go in? Like,
no. Juju man, that's a very well struck shot.
No.
For me, Courtois, I blame you for the first and the third. That second goal, very well struck. Very well struck.
I think it was deflected, and it's like
No. But then it's no, basically it's the power and it's the angle of it. Because with the power and the angle of it, it's very hard to get a strong hand on that to really stop that from going anywhere. So I think based on the power, the accuracy, and everything, and that's look, it was well struck. So I can't give you that. But let me move on to this now. 100%, I'm not shaking from this. The clear favorites for the Champions League are Barcelona.
No.
Juju man, let me land. This is how it is. Barcelona are the clear favorites. Below that, you've got to keep an eye on Man City and Real Madrid. And my dark horses are Bayern Munich. Klopp doesn't have a plan B, so they're a full-on outsider. The fact of the matter is that this team is hard to beat. Because people talk a lot about Messi, and Messi has done some... Look, Messi is Messi. Umtiti has been one of the key signings for Barcelona. Because there were a lot of those instances where, you know what, Chelsea would have scored. Like, a few years ago, Chelsea would have scored 1 or 2 of those goals. But Umtiti's positioning, his defending, has given them so much of a solid foundation. There's a reason why these guys have only lost one flipping game, and that was a flipping 2-legged tie. Unbeaten in La Liga, unbeaten in Europe. So the recipe is there. As long as Messi's in this team and they've got everybody fit, the recipe is there for these guys to go all the way. And you also bring in the Dembele factor, which gives them a whole other avenue to attack with. So that's why for me, I said, look, these guys, I'm sorry. Like, when I think of it, who can beat this? In a 2-legged tie, I'm taking Barcelona.
No, Bayern.
Bayern. With the Bayern, I am edging towards. I would still say Barcelona, but it's slight. It's slight.
It's all clicking for a high case. Like everything is working out perfect. Mola is back. All the
we'll definitely talk about the quarterfinal because I definitely don't want them paired in the quarterfinal yet. I don't want them paired in the quarterfinal yet. I want guys. I mean, based on the whole PSG Real Madrid, let's just have. Okay, let's have one crazy quarter and let's just have all the quarters to be fine because I want a big time semi-final.
Hey, Can I ask you a question about MTT?
Yeah.
So, do you think it was more just determination and effort than it is skill and position? Because how many of those goals that Barcelona score, how many times did Chelsea players put their body on the line to try to block them, just like Barcelona did when Chelsea was trying to score the goals? I don't know if it's much more about position and skill than it is just the effort and determination to win the game. Chelsea did nothing to stop any of those shots. Nothing.
Oh no. For me, I think it is skill because when you look at it, Christensen is still a young defender. He's good, but he's still young. Rudiger, I've never really rated him as a defender. He's okay. He ain't that great. Azpilicueta is pretty good, but I think Umtiti just has more. I just think Umtiti just has a better positional sense. He's much more consistent. And I think as well, I mean, when just bringing his physicality, his intelligence, his positioning, his awareness, defensive awareness, I think he puts all these tools together. I would say he's a defender I would pick ahead of Azpilicueta. Because I think, especially in for me, Azpilicueta in central defense, I don't know. Out on the flank here, but as a central defender for me, I just think Umtiti has all the tools as for a quality central defender. So when you just look at how he was able to get ahead of Giroud, how he was able to put in the block, it's not really effort, it's just right place, right time, and reading of the game. Very good reading of the game. And same thing with Chelsea. Like, that second goal. You can't have 4 guys going to one player.
Yeah.
I don't care whether this player is Jesus Christ. You can't have 4 guys going to one player. Like, again. you put 2 guys on Messi. Messi will still cost, but that's enough. You have to be aware of what's happening around you. So, but when you look at that goal, there are four guys all going to Messi because they panicked. You see, someone like an Umtiti will be like, okay, let me look over my shoulder, see what's around me, and let me just say that there's no other danger. But for the Chelsea guys, because they panicked, lack of experience and lack of skill, oh gosh, Messi has the ball. We only have 2 guys back. Let's just all go and stop him. But where's that Messi? You know, this guy has the skill to take his time, look up, and play the right pass to somebody who's free in space. And Dembele was free in space. You got killed for it. You know.
HH, can I ask you a question? What do you think about N'Golo Kante? I thought he was absolutely brilliant. He might have been one of the best players on the pitch for me.
Like, okay. Now let me explain my tweet. When I said that Willian and Hazard were the two best attacking players, I meant that as far as trying to create a goal, it was Hazard and Willian. Overall, Kante was Chelsea's best player.
Yeah.
Overall, as in he was the only guy who, like, if you think about it, Busquets didn't really have the kind of game that he normally has. Iniesta didn't have a game that he normally has. But when you look at how Kante really made the right decisions in passing, made the right tackles, launched attacks, and we just kept that midfield intact. Like, Fabregas was a ghost in that game. He was a complete and utter ghost in that game. So Kante had a great game. So I think for Chelsea, it's like, you know, like, again, it's like you kill yourselves. But I go back to Barcelona and I say to guys that Valverde just like, in my opinion, people hate me for this. I didn't like tic-tac-toe. I didn't like the football. Okay, for me, I found it tedious and I found it annoying to watch. Like, I loved the Rivaldo era and the Ronaldinho era. I thought those were two of my favorite eras of Barcelona, the Rivaldo and the Ronaldinho era. But the reason why I respect this team is that they're about getting the results. This is a much more meaner business like Barcelona. Hence why, once you have that winning gene, it's going to be very, very hard for you to beat these guys. So, Jujuman, I get what you say about Bayern. But again, how much is the Bundesliga really testing Bayern Munich? And is that test enough to go up against Barcelona?
Well, they can't really trust them, innit? They can't.
You know, true. I mean, like, Jujuman, I mean, what is your response to that? I mean,
yeah.
How could they be
like? Because but yeah, that's true. Because the one thing with Barcelona is they have Madrid to keep them in competition. But with Bayern, that's the only problem. You're right. That's the only problem I see. Is there's no one to keep them like.
How can Bayern
slacking?
Nobody's testing Barcelona.
Yeah.
How can Bayern Munich be tested? Be tested when they're taking everybody's best players.
Yeah, no, it's true, man. It's true. Okay, look. Let me switch to this next topic. Messi. Now, guys. So is Messi the greatest of all time because he scored 2 goals against Rudiger, Azpilicueta, and Courtois?
If he wins the World Cup,
I don't know. No, there's no if. I'm talking about 2018 March 14th, March 15th, 2018.
No, he is the best player ever.
Okay, Jujuman, based on what? Because he scored 2 goals against a break.
There's no one who's the consistent performance in week in, week out. Like, this
okay, Jujuman. Okay, fair enough. Now, listen. Now, this is what I say. For me, maybe we view things different, and this is probably where I'm at a different slant from other people, like online. I look at degree of difficulty. For me, degree of difficulty means more to me than consistency.
It is to do that for all that is. You know, we might never see another player beat all those records.
No. Okay, wait, Jujuman. Well, let me explain myself. I look at degree of difficulty. When I look at Messi from Barcelona in the Champions League, it doesn't look like if he's having to try that hard.
He's talented.
Again, no, 100% starts. But when I look at him for Argentina, I see this guy really putting in work. I see him being pushed. And when you look at any team who has won the World Cup, they have had to put in the work. You look at any team who's won the World Cup, it has been difficult. That 2015 win, Barcelona won that in their sleep. Based on their talents and how good they were, they won 2015. They won it in their sleep. The most one-sided final I've ever seen in my entire life was that United Barcelona final that they won 3-1. That is the most one-sided final I've ever seen in my entire life. So it's like 100%. You have to still give credit to how good he is because he's making it look so easy. But at the same time, to call someone the greatest of all time when there is an aspect that they've not yet conquered, and that aspect, from what I knew growing up, is considered this is the competition that tells you who is the greatest.
Wait. I think I have a point against that because it's basically you have to be born in the right country. Because if Messi was German, I mean, he would have at least.
Please.
No, it's true. It's true. Like
his Argentina team is great.
he's
No
horrible.
excuse.
It's horrible.
No. You see, Judgman, you would have a point if Messi was from Greenland or from Alaska.
No,
Then you'd have a point.
No,
because Alaska are not sniffing a World Cup qualification.
Double H.
Can I make a quick point?
Wait, 1 minute before. Well, there's no player that has ever won the World Cup by his own. Like, you need a great team. You need great players. Even though Pele, Maradona, all these guys get all the credit, those teams were really good. It wasn't a one-man show.
You're telling me the '86 Argentina was better than this Argentina?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Jujuman, name me three. No, Jujuman, name me three world-class players from Maradona's '86 team. Go.
No.
Go. Three.
I don't know them personally, but it has to be some good players.
A Brazilian Ronaldo, yeah.
Wait. One at a time. Okay, Jujuman, finish your thing.
You cannot reach a final because of one player. Even Heinke said that in 2012. It has to be a team. Like Maradona gets all the credit, but I bet you there were 3 or 4 world-class players in that team. But I don't know.
Let me land on this.
Okay, Rams.
I mean, if you look at international careers, like never mind winning, just forget about winning right now. Who's had a better international career, Robin or Messi?
Neither.
No, it's Robin. It's clearly Robin.
Messi, he never won anything for Holland though.
Yeah, for Holland, he clearly performs in every game.
No, Andrew, that's biased.
He almost single-handedly took them to the final.
No, he flopped.
What do you mean, Robin? What do you mean it's close? It's not even close at all.
You know what, guys? Raheemski makes a very scary point. Raheemski makes a very Raheemski's points is so scary that I don't think people want to even entertain it.
Mm-hmm. What?
He makes a very scary point because let me just break down what Raheemski said. Think about this now.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to look at a totality, what you've done internationally and what you've done club-wise. So club-wise, Messi, amazing. Club-wise, Robin, he was instrumental in that treble-winning team. So he has that in his locker right there. 2010, Robin was instrumental in taking Holland to the final, where he was quality all the way. Wait, let me land. He was quality all the way up onto the final. 2014, that Dutch team was crap to average. What Robin did in 2014 was miraculous. He literally dragged those guys to the flipping semis by him. See, that's what you call about a guy pretty much single-handedly dragging a team to the semifinals. A totally below average team. Messi has not done that internationally.
I completely disagree.
In 2014.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
What? Yo, you guys don't even watch football, man.
No,
excuse me? What did Messi do in the 2014 semi-final?
Wait, guys, I'm against that.
So did Robin. Robin went as well.
Okay, wait. Let's wait on that time. Okay. Jujuman, I'll go to Jujuman, Rahimski, and then Daniel. Jujuman.
All right, that's false because what you guys are suggesting is Robin he single-handedly did the job, but he didn't. It's a team. Like,
yeah, that's true.
The sad part about it, like, look at Madrid. The sad part about it is people will give. Wait, 1 minute, Daniel. The sad part, it's the same thing as Madrid. The sad part about it is people will give Cristiano all the credit and forget that team had world-class players. It's the same thing. Like Robin did, like he wasn't all Robin. It wasn't all these players did by themselves. There were other great players. So it's just like in 14. I mean, Van Gaal was a perfect coach for that system, and some of the players were good. I mean, Van Persie was a good striker, but no one will say anything.
Okay. Let's bring Rahimski.
Yeah. So just a quick point about Maradona, who I personally believe is the greatest. A lot of people bring up '86, and he was definitely the player of the tournament in '86. But you got to remember, in Italia '90, that Argentina team was even worse, and he dragged them again to the final, barely losing to the greatest German team of all time. It was like the slightest of losses. He lost by 1 goal. So it's you have to consider the totality.
You can name me someone that did it.
Okay. Wait, let's go to Daniel now. Okay, Daniel.
Ronaldo, Brazilian. Like he had a knee injury for 2 years, yeah, and he single-handedly dragged Brazil to that World Cup.
Whoa. That's
Wait. Let me see. Let me not.
Like
That's
Ronaldo,
better than me.
yeah, Ronaldo,
Oh
the
my
Brazilian
goodness.
Ronaldo, like he was injured for like for 2 years, like he from
Do you
90
know,
from
do you,
like
do you know what
Let
Daniel?
me speak after.
was the
No,
best.
wait, just one comment, and then do you know what, Daniel? People say Rivaldo was a better player in that 202 in that 202 World Cup, and it's like that team was so good. It's
Yeah.
the same in France '98. Those teams were really great. Like the other players, people have to see if Zidane actually did.
Wait, okay,
did
quick.
it.
This is what guys don't seem to understand. You have to, because you have to. Okay, like when people say to us the team was good, maybe you guys were too young to watch the final or the semi-final, because in that semi-final, Turkey were the better team. Especially in that 2002 final, Germany were outplaying Brazil. So Ronaldo had to pretty much individually win the game for Brazil because Germany had the better chances. They were dominating the game and they were playing better.
Disagree.
Brazil were not playing well. And in the second half, it was Ronaldo who had to win the ball, dispossess it, hit that shot, get the rebound, and put it. So he literally had to create that goal of himself by an individual in the final.
Thank you.
No, I
But you
disagree
see,
again.
the point I'm making is that its degree of difficulty, in my view, because the World Cup is every 4 years, because you're playing amongst people who you don't play with week in, week out, because when you play against any international team, they try hard and they play harder because when you're playing for your country, this is not a job. This is something that means more to you. So to beat a team, you have to really beat a team. Like to beat Italy, you have to really beat Italy generally because the degree of difficulty is far harder because international teams step up their game. That is why the
I think
only
that's
final which has been one-sided was the 1970 final. Every other World Cup final has been close.
Wait.
But you look at last Champions League final, Real Madrid slaughtered you, Juventus. You look at the Barcelona Juventus 2015 final, totally one-sided. You look at the thing, and that's what. And remember, that's why again, degree of difficulty. In a club, you can cherry pick the players you want to fit into a particular system you want, and you get them trained week by week, so you're building almost the perfect team. Hence why it is far more likely that a great club team will easily beat a great international team because of chemistry and synergy, and week in, week out. So again, it goes back to a degree of difficulty. Can you still perform and can you still do well against players who you're not used to playing with week in, week out in a tournament that is every 4 years against teams who are going to pretty much like strip blood in order for you to beat them because you're playing for your country, which means more than playing for your club, which is just a job.
Yep, I think those arguments are false double-edged because that first of all 2 points. That 2-2 World Cup final, Ronaldo he just got a tap in from Oliver Kahn's mistake. He didn't do anything. Like this guy scored a tap in.
What?
He scored a tap in. He wasn't as impressive as people claim. That was my first game.
And what did
Oliver
Messi
Kahn
do in
was
the
more
in the
impressive.
2014 final then?
He gave the ball to Higuain, and then Higuain missed it.
Is it they don't look bad this year? You look bad. You're
No,
just
okay,
going on
Messi.
film.
Okay, Messi wasn't good. Messi wasn't good. but-
Seven is obsessed with Messi.
No, but
Using Juju or Messi to prevent.
Okay. Look, guys. I wanna move from this topic. I wanna now focus on quarterfinals now. So, the quarterfinal draw, of course, it's on Friday now. So we have all of our teams right here. So, let me ask this then: What do you think is going to be the big draw,
I think
the big tie?
Real Madrid.
Wait, who on Real Madrid?
City or City.
I got things
Look, man. Just give us Barca already, man. Like we're ready. Busquets is out, Iniesta's out.
Nah, look,
Let's get it done.
I think it may be too early. I mean, Real Madrid and Man City seem to be likely.
Yeah.
I think we could see Madrid, Man City.
I have a conspiracy. I think they want to give Madrid all the hardest teams because if they don't want these guys to win 3 times in a row. I mean, 3.
Juju man,
Madrid
Real Madrid are not winning three times. That's not happening, man. That's nah. I told you, if that, then they have to absorb the competition. Like for me, I think that for Barcelona, should Barcelona fear any team? You know what? Could Man City cause Barcelona issues?
I think
No,
they could. I think they could.
no, because you know why? Because the Chelsea game just showed. No, the Chelsea game just showed Man City are playing on another level. The other teams are not as good. If
I
actually
think Man
Chelsea
City
won,
can beat Barca.
don't be concerned.
Yeah, I think because Pep will he will focus, he will change things up to try and beat Barca. It's not a thing where he'll play his way. I've got a feeling Pep will maybe start a certain player or do certain things to play away to beat that Barcelona team, because he knows that Barcelona is not the same Barcelona that play that tiki taka football. No, this is a different Barcelona.
I mean, listen, guys. Busquets is out and Iniesta's out. So imagine City's midfield against that.
No, mate. If Iniesta and Busquets have huge injuries, then yeah, that would be huge.
Yeah,
that'd be huge. I mean, let's. So big. Do you think is there any team that you'd want Barcelona to avoid?
Besides Bayern, no.
Wow. So okay, so why Bayern in particular then?
I think they'll be the toughest defensively to break down rather than everyone else, because they actually have a very good defense. Yeah, Pinkers is very problematic. I mean, very, very defensively structured. He knows how to play against Barcelona, while other teams will attack Barcelona. Real Madrid are not going to sit back. City are not going to sit back. They're going to attack, and that's going to play well into Barcelona's game.
Yeah, but last time we played you over 2 legs, it was 5-0. Remember? Just saying.
Oh. Ooh.
No, come on, Raheem. That was like a Super League.
That was a Super Cup.
Yeah, but
Super Cup
I'm kind of tired of people underrating our defense. Like Varane has been.
No, Ramsky, let's be real here. Like for me, Real Madrid's only chance of winning the Champions League is if they avoid Barcelona before the final. In a 2-legged tie, Barcelona are beating Real Madrid.
I don't think it's that clear cut. Anything can happen.
Like Real Madrid have been lucky. They were lucky last year. They've been lucky.
We were lucky last year. We had all the hardest teams last year.
You guys. Yeah. If it wasn't for the referee against Bayern Munich, you guys would have lost.
Yeah.
In the Santiago Bernabeu, it was even, and you guys got help.
Left.
Vidal's red card wasn't a red card.
No. I mean, no. But look, like let's just go past the conspiracies. I mean, I still say that. Look, man. Barcelona, Real Madrid, Man City, Bayern. Those are the guys I'm looking at. Liverpool, for me, I feel like for Liverpool, the way thing about Liverpool is that Liverpool can beat most teams. Liverpool can't beat Barcelona. The one team Liverpool are not beating is Barcelona, 100%, because of Barcelona's defense.
Barcelona aren't nothing special. They didn't even play that well today. Like,
look. Wait, Daniel. Wait. Do you understand for like? I'm sorry. It seems like if you don't really understand the sport of football or something.
I do.
No. Okay, but let me just, because I'm not trying to insult you, but you have to understand what football has. Very multitude of things. Football isn't just about attack. Let's go forward and let's just have many chances. No, there are different nuances to the game. Barcelona played a great game because they won 3-0. I'm sorry, if you win 3-0, that's a good day's work.
We've strengthened our defense though. We've got Virgil van Dijk now, and he's really playing well.
Oh, really? Okay. So is that why Rashford scored 2 goals then?
Well, that wasn't his fault. That was Lovren and Trent Alexander.
But was Van Dijk still in defense?
Yeah, that wasn't his fault though.
It doesn't matter whether it's his fault. He was still in defense, so he's still culpable for allowing Rashford to score twice.
It wasn't his fault though.
So no. So look, Daniel, you cannot tell me with a straight face that Liverpool can beat Barcelona. That's levels.
Huh?
Barcelona is levels above Liverpool. Liverpool are not on the same level as Barcelona.
Any team can be beat, but if we want to beat Barcelona, we're gonna have to bring our A game and some.
No, look, mate, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, A1, comment, okay.
Look, cool. This is Daniel. You're saying you can bring your A game, whatnot. Cool. Your A game is attack, leaving that high line, and you're forgetting that Barcelona have also got a good attack as well as defense. So you can say you can bring attack because I'm pretty sure you thought that against Man United that we can beat Man United because if we
No,
can bring
I had
attack
a
on
feeling
attack.
that this was gonna happen. I had a feeling it will happen.
Wait, so Daniel, look at this. Your attack couldn't break down Smalling and Ashley Young.
Yeah, but we should have had.
What do you think you're going to do
The
against
referee helped them.
Umtiti and PK? Think about it.
The
Sorry, no.
referee
You have to
helped
think
Man
logically.
United.
You have to think logically about this. If you couldn't score against a flipping United defense, what makes you think that you can score multiple times against
I'm
a
not saying
defense
that
that
we can score
that is one of the
multiple
best in Europe?
I'm not saying that we can score multiple times, but like anything can happen in football. That's what I'm saying.
No. I know anything can. Greenland can win the World Cup. So, but what the hell does that mean? Well, we have to talk about based on what we know. I want to come at this from an analytical point of view. Okay. Liverpool, based on them only having a plan A, not a plan B, and a very attacking plan A, if they go up against a defensive team that doesn't give them space and knows how to defend, most likely they will lose. Maybe they can win, but most likely they will lose because Klopp has shown that he cannot break down a well-drilled defensive team because he only has a plan A.
We don't have a creative player that can do that.
Exactly. So how do you expect to beat a team like?
Yeah, there you go. So look,
you guys don't have a midfielder that can break a line and if like that. You had Oxlade Chamberlain trying it, it didn't work. Your best plan is basically if the other team has the ball, you press them and counter attack. That's the way Liverpool can get their goals here. But if you face up against a team that's defensively good, how do you expect to break them down if you don't have a good midfield as well as defense? Your midfield is not good.
I mean, to be honest,
like pace, isn't it? Because if there's
pace,
because if there's one thing you take playing against is players that have pace.
Okay. Look, so basically, look, for Bayern Munich, because again, Bayern Munich are my dark horses. They are my dark horses, but a team that Bayern wants to try to avoid would be Man City. I think Man City would give Bayern issues.
Yeah.
And Real Madrid. Like, as much as I think Bayern wants revenge against Real Madrid, I think speed is something, because I look at how Bayern against some specific Bundesliga teams, and I think the speed of City and thinking could really harm them. But at the same time, for me, I just think, look, man, whatever the quarterfinal draw is, I don't want Real Madrid-Barcelona this early. If you're going to have that, let's have that for the final, because that would be a crazy final.
How about Roma and Shakhtar? Sevilla out. Whoever gets them, that's the easiest draw.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
Actually, Sevilla Roma would be interesting because either of them will now make the semi, which would be interesting. But I know that won't happen. But for me, I will see this. My prediction probably wrong. I see. You know what? I think Barcelona will probably get Liverpool. I think Man City will get Real Madrid. I see Roma, Bayern, and Sevilla will get Man City. Oh, no, sorry. Sevilla will actually. Which team am I missing? Real Madrid. Which team am I missing?
Juventus.
Sevilla will get Juventus. That's my prediction.
Wait. Juventus. Can we get a Juventus City?
Yeah. No. It's fair game now. Anything can happen now.
Because the worst thing that can happen is they give us El Clasico, or they give us Bayern Madrid, or we have seen these games already.
No. Look, we're gonna have a major, fixture happening. That's guaranteed. I believe the major fixture is going to be Man City or Real Madrid. I think that's going to be the big game. I think, and for me, Man City, Real Madrid, man, that can go. I mean, that can go either way.
Yeah, Man City.
Because I've got a very sneaky feeling that Real could find their way into. See, this is the thing. If Real get to a final, I don't know whether any team can beat them in a final. So the only way that you stop Real Madrid from doing 3 in a row is you've got to beat them before the final. You have to.
It's true. The other thing is they have to give him Barca or Bayern, because It's like that's the only two teams that can challenge at Madrid. The rest, maybe City. The rest is a walk. These guys are in the final.
Oh no, yeah.
There's
So,
no one else.
okay. So look, before we go out, so let me just give me one thing. So who is going all the way? Who's your pick to win the whole thing? As of right now, from the teams that you've seen, which is the team that you think this is the team that's going to win?
I think Bayern Munich will win it. Hankins will come from retire and win another trophy.
do you know how gangster that would be, man? A1, who are you saying?
I think Barcelona, man, because defensively they're good and attacking they're good. Plus they've got Messi and Dembele as well. The way he played today as well, I can see him he growing. It's becoming a monster like during like the latter stages. I'm going for Barcelona.
Big, who are you saying? Are you sticking with your boys?
Yeah. Especially if everyone's fit.
Yeah, that is key. That is key. So Daniel, what is don't you dare say Liverpool or else I'll ban you from this hangout. So
Real Madrid are the team to beat.
Yeah.
So you're saying Real?
Yeah, Real Madrid.
Well, I'm sticking with Barcelona. Let us see what happens at the quarterfinal. All right, guys.